did you ever feel out of place because of the lack of expectation that you would go on in university? How did that kind of unfurl for you?
Yeah. I did. I think at the beginning, I think it was a good thing because when I applied for my first scholarship at this institution for cultural studies, I didn't have a clue. I mean, and Thomas had boosted my self-confidence so much that I think it just, I don't know, it just carried me over. And I was so naive. I didn't know how competitive it was. Although I had been told, you know, because I had been, before my application, I had talked to the vice director of the institution, and he had told me, you know, it's so competitive and it's really hard to get in, and he told me the numbers, and I heard the numbers, but at the same time I didn't hear them. I might have thought like, yeah, you know. And I mean, also looking back, you know, I thought I was so naive. I didn't have a clue. I don't know, I thought it was all a game in a way, and I think at the beginning it might have been because this institution was so outer space for me in a way. So that was a good thing, but once I was in, it was just, and it's not that I'm not used to education, you know, because education is very important in my family, and my mom and my dad, they read a lot, but they were autodidacts in a way. I mean, my mom's a primary school teacher, so education is very important, but still always, you know, engaging with literature. She feels that she doesn't know enough. And my dad, he's a federal financial accountant, but he's doing a lot of theater in his free time, so it's also this, you know, not being in the system, but doing it your own way. And in a way, they never feel that this, you know, I mean, they're so smart and they've read such a lot, but they don't feel that their education in this way counts that much.
Oh, okay.
So I was very used to education, but I was not used to the institution, I think. And I would feel, at this institution, I would feel very out of place. And, but I also, too, I thought it was related to the fact that I was a woman, because I think we were, I don't know, 7 or 8 junior fellows at the time. Okay. So they have junior fellows and they have postdocs and they have professors, and you're used to interact, you know, on an equal level. We were treated as experts. I didn't feel like an expert, but the women among us junior fellows, we were constantly, you know, talking about how insecure we felt and how, I don't know, how much we thought that we were inadequate. And I remember one of my colleagues, you know, sitting in the kitchen, we were having a coffee, and she would talk about how she would constantly expect someone to come in and say, you are not a scientist, you know, you are not a scholar. And at the time I thought more it had to do with us being women. Maybe it does, you know, because science is a male institution. And when I read Bourdieu, it kind of occurred to me that it was a kind of natural feeling, you know, reacting this way, because you're kind of claiming a habitus that's not your own, also as a woman, but maybe also as, you know, someone coming from a family that has, I don't know, moved upwards so quickly, and that's always so afraid of losing this position, because my grandparents were workers, and then my parents made it to middle class, and now I'm here, but I could lose this position any moment. It's so, it's so precarious in a way. So.